Hello students, I hope you have done in all the CMA final examinations till now and eagerly waiting for the last paper who have chosen strategic performance management. So this video is to help you out with a strategy so that you can prepare strategic performance management efficiently and appear for the tomorrow's examination confidently. So without wasting any further time, let me help you out in your preparation. So the optimum strategy will be to prepare in this particular order. First, focus on the problematic areas. Yes, in our syllabus, there are some areas where we have problems. And what we have seen is that from those areas, at least you are getting 2 problems in the question paper. So if you are thorough with these limited areas, and you can easily secure easily write 2 problems and secure 14 marks easily. So what are those problem areas? First one is profit optimization, nothing but we're talking about maxima and minima, which is there in module 3 of ICMA material. We have ample number of problems in our material. If you're thorough with all those problems, you can easily write any problem given in the examination. I'm talking about masterminds material. Okay. Next, once it is completed, go through Z score and M score there in module 4 and also in our masterminds material. Very few problems are there, but when it comes to Z score and M score, the key aspect is formula. If you're able to reproduce the formula as it is, you just need to simply substitute the values that are given in the question. 7 marks in your pocket. So entire focus will be on how correctly you are able to write, remember and reproduce that formula in the examination. The third one is DuPont analysis. Focus on 3 component, 5 component. You can do that easily there in module 2. Okay, so if you're thorough with these 3 areas, definitely you can answer any problem question given in the exam, problematic question given in the examination. So 14 marks in your pocket. Now, once it is completed, then you can focus on theory part. What are the theory part that we need to focus on? If you have time, if you are confident about BB, you have completed your preparation, you have ample time, then you can go through each and every 3 aspect. But these are the minimum concepts that you need to go through before going to the examination. What are those? When it comes to module 1, module 1 is nothing but introduction to performance management, right? Focus on vendor relationship management, supply chain management, and customer relationship management without any fail. Okay. When it comes to module 2 is nothing but performance measurement, evaluation, and improvement tools, right? Focus on BSC, balance scorecard, Six Sigma and lean management, important from MCQ point of view, management information system. Okay. Next comes your TPM and TQM, total productive maintenance, total quality maintenance. Okay. So Six Sigma lean management important from MCQ's point of view. TPM, TQM is also important from MCQ's point of view. This is also important from MCQ's point of view. When I say MCQ's point of view, it is better you go through these things. You may not get a descriptive question, but at least you will get 2 or 3 MCQs in the question paper. So at least in that way also you can score, right? So these are the minimum concepts that you need to go through. Okay, if you have completed this one, you still have some time. They can go through benchmarking, bench trending, reverse mapping, all those things. Okay. Next, module 3. When it comes to module 3, focus on performance indicators, KPI, key performance indicators, and critical success factors, right? And module 4. When it comes to module 4, focus on enterprise risk. Module 4 is nothing but enterprise risk management, right? So here focus on risk pooling, risk analysis methods, okay, Basel agreements, okay, so Basel 1, 2, 3 that you have, right? So on the Basel agreements, okay. So you please be thorough with these things. You can happily and easily write the examination. So all the best for tomorrow's examination. Thank you.
Hello guys, myself Sivaprasad. I am faculty of Business Valuation, CMA Final, Masterminds Guntur. I hope you are preparing well for June 2025 examination CMA Final. So here today we are going to discuss relating to day before exam strategy for business valuation. So check on here, we are having paper number 20A, so which is having strategic performance management and business valuation. So let us check from business valuation what is the main important topics that we are going to revise for the final examination. So let's go through it. In business valuation total we are having 5 units. So one is relating to fundamentals of business valuation, laws and compliances, and we're having methods and approaches, assets and liability valuation, and mergers and acquisitions. So here, as per recent examination scenario, so they are going to ask, so total 4 14 marks questions. So here it comprises with 4 14 marks question. Compulsory 14 marks question we are getting from methods and approaches, assets and liabilities, and mergers and acquisition. And another 14 marks, out of this, 7 marks they can ask you from any one of these 3 topics, especially from mergers and acquisition. The another 7 marks, they are going to ask any decision making problems based on we can say business valuation metrics. So here we need to concentrate on what are the type of topics in this last stage scenarios. We can see here, compulsory you have to prepare each and every problem from methods and approaches, valuation of assets and liabilities, and mergers and acquisition. So moreover, we can see that from the fundamentals, most important thing is that enterprise valuation we are having and market valuation. So here, so based on methods and approaches, the fundamentals part is very important for MCQs. In recent examination, so from SPM and BV, especially from business valuation, so they asked total, we're having 6 MCQs, which carries total 12 marks. So out of these 6 MCQs, most of the MCQs coming from basics, from the fundamentals. So when it comes to the remaining part, loss and compliance, whatever we are having, generally this is the last minute, okay, so take that we are having that. If you have time, so then you have to check this loss and compliances topic, or otherwise you can leave it. Okay, till now there is no question is asked from this part in the examination. So loss and compliances. So here loss and compliances, what is most important if you want to review? So here we are having that IBC code and SURFACE Act. So insolvency and bankruptcy code and SURFACE Act, which is already that you have covered in your law. And if they want to ask you any other questions in MCQs, just you check out International Valuation Standards numbers. So what is International Valuation Standard 101? What is International Valuation Standard 102? Like that we're having, so IVS numbers, just you have to remember that sections. So that is enough for MCQ part. So under loss and compliances, fundamentals of BV also, all textbook problems you have to cover. And coming to methods and approaches, is a very important 14 marks, 7 plus 7 they are going to ask in the examination, methods and approaches. Here, most importantly, all the methods you have to cover. So generally we are having cost approach, income approach, and market approach. In that, most importantly, all income approaches, discounted cash flows model. So how to calculate the value of the business based on discounted cash flows model. And we are having that growth stage models, when we are having initially having high growth period and subsequently having the stable growth period. So how to value the firms, we have to go for it. And we are having free cash flows approach. So under methods and approaches, based on free cash flows, how can we calculate the valuation of business is most important part. So from methods and approaches, most important thing is discounted cash flows and free cash flows. Discounted cash flows and free cash flows approach is very important. Coming to valuation of assets and liabilities, you never miss the shares valuation. So under the share valuation, which is already will be covered in valuation of shares in CFR topic, and also here also we have to check the importance of valuation of shares. So valuation of shares and debentures is very important, and intangible assets valuation is very important. And coming to here, share warrants. So definitely, so one question they are asking from share warrants, only one or two questions we are having on warrants. That is also important. And under the valuation, if they want to ask you a little tough, definitely they will ask you valuation of real estate. Once you check how to make the valuation of real estate, don't forget to prepare this real estate problems, one or two problems you're having in your textbook. So here most important, share valuation, debenture valuation, and we are having intangible assets, share warrants, and real estate. And newly that we have studied about bond valuation as well as brand valuation. So here bond valuation and brand valuation both are important for the examination purposes. And finally, we are having only EVA and MVA. EVA and MVA also you have covered in your previous topics. So here most importantly, shares and debentures, EVA and MVA. So in this, most of the things already covered in CFR. Okay, and especially what you have to study over here, bond valuation and brand valuation. So bond valuation is very important for examination point of view, and also intangible assets valuation. So valuation of goodwill, that is also covered over here in we are having in CFR. And share warrants. So under the share warrants also you have to know what is the value of the warrant, such kind of questions. Most important and most practice you need to make for valuation of assets and liabilities. So coming to mergers and acquisitions. Coming to mergers and acquisitions, so I am recommended you to do all textbook problems. All textbook problems you have to do, and once you check all previous year problems, so previous year question paper problems, here and there they will change the adjustment and the same question they are repeating in the examinations. You should be very careful. Past papers you have to check and just to verify whether you are able to answer such questions or not. From mergers and acquisition, each and every question from the textbook is important. So coming to here, we are having only 5 topics. Most importantly, first priority you have to give for valuation of assets and liabilities. Second, we are having mergers and acquisition. Third, we are having methods and approaches. Definitely, total 314 marks in your hand. And another 14 marks, one is decision making based on the subject knowledge what you get it from business valuation. You can able to answer such kind of questions, like if anything asked relating to the decision making problems. So recently they have asked incremental cash flows in the final examination, you can check on it. And coming to law and compliances, so if you have time, then only you can go through it, or otherwise you can leave this and leave it like a choice. Okay, law and compliances. If you want to study from law and compliances, most important thing is this salient features of we having that Insolvency and Bankruptcy Code and SURFACE Act. And for MCQ purpose, you have to study all international valuation standards. What is 101, 102, 105, like that. Every evaluation standard number, try to remember for the MCQ purposes. So, and coming to for MCQ, so important sources textbook. All MCQs from your backside of the textbook. All MCQs from backside of your textbook, or if you are a mastermind student, you're having that. So we are having some MCQs in CRDs. We are having that concept book as well as workbook also. You can go through it, and all MCQs from the textbook you have to study. And coming to problems, whatever we are having, as per recent examination, they have given. So fifth question from the question paper, 6, 7 and 8. So 5 AB, 6 AB and 7 AB, 8 AB. So we are having total 8 questions, all 8 questions from business valuation they have given in the recent examination. And coming to 5 AB, 6 AB and 7 AB, they have given that 5 A and B question from methods and approaches. Methods and approaches. And coming to 6 one, they have given from valuation of assets and liabilities. And 7 AB they have given from mergers and acquisitions. Mergers and acquisitions. And the 8th one they have given one question decision making problem, and one is from mergers and acquisition only, like 7 and 7. So here most importantly, so I recommend you to do all these 3 topics, then you can cover these 3 topics. Okay. So if any decision making problem, if you are unable to do in the examination, just you can leave like a choice for this. Okay. And coming to MCQs, all textbook is important, and for the descriptive problems you have to refer all textbook material, you can say all study material, textbook problems and past papers, past examination questions. Past examination questions you need to check. Okay. So past examination questions, just here and there, they're changing the values and they're giving in the examinations. Most probably, whether you are able to solve such kind of questions or not, check yourself. Okay. So all the best for your examinations. Thank you.